Well, Happy New Year. I have not been on here for a while. I apologize. I'm hoping to change that, but not going to make any promises this time, but I really do. That is my intention. So anyway, Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2025. You're seeing me in all of my post-holiday breakouts and just, I'd always try to eat. We all try to eat healthy, but on the holidays, you just get gifted with a lot of sugar and stuff, and you just want to eat the sugar and the stuff, and then, if you know, you know. But woke up with a little bit of the noontime crampiness, so actually a lot of it. So today is going to be a bit of a self-care day. I don't teach today. Obviously, it's January 1st, New Year's Day. I'm one of the lucky people who gets New Year's Day off. I know not everybody does. So I'm gonna go for a very, very short walk because crampies. And while I'm going for a walk, I have the bath soaking. I'm going to have a bath. And then, it's as far as I've gotten so far. I have an aqua training that I need to work on that I bought several months ago, and I only have so many months to do it, so I might just casually work on that today, maybe, depending how I feel. But yeah, just self-care day. I might try to open up my new, what do you call it? New year, new book. The book of the year that you open and you do things with. Just start, planning. I bought a cork thing that you put on the wall so you can put your, your hopes and dreams or just things you need to pin on a cork board to remind you to do stuff. I bought one of those. I might hang that in my little officey room. Not that I have an officey job, but I have an officey room. So I might do that, get a little organized. Going for walks is kind of the one thing you don't want to do when you have cramps, but it's kind of one of the main things that helps get the circulation going, and so yeah, I might do that. Plus fresh air. Fresh air always good. Fresh air good. Good fresh air. Fresh air good. Anyway, we're gonna make a little something. This is a wrap. I'm gonna say that I made it up just because I didn't go online looking for this. I kind of threw it together, but I'm sure it exists somewhere already, so I'm not trying to take credit for anything here. If you're anything like me and have a wonky schedule and can't do like the typical breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the typical times, and sometimes have to eat after 9 at night just because you don't get home until then, and all that kind of horrible stuff that happens, because it's just life and sometimes you can't avoid it. I'm always, sometimes home in the middle of the day and don't want to spend my time prepping food just to eat healthy. I want to eat healthy without the prep time if I can, so I can spend my time off in between classes because I have to go out again later, spend that time doing other things that I want to do or just to relax if I can. So sometimes I only have an hour, like I come home and have an hour and then go out again. I know that sounds stupid, why would I bother going home? But sometimes I just need to go home and sit. So I want to eat while I'm there, just energy, sustenance. So what this is, I don't have a name for it, it's a wrap. And I'm using spinach tortillas. You could use any tortilla you want. I like the spinach because it's, supposedly healthier because it has spinach in it, and it's green. Ooh. Yeah, and they don't come in a smaller size when they're spinach, but you could get a smaller sized tortilla wrap if you wanted in whole wheat or something. Sometimes I just cut this in half and do a half wrap because it's very filling, so you don't always need a full-size wrap. So what I do is I take, it's a brand new package I'm opening, I take my wrap. Will I do a whole one today? I don't know. Oh, what the heck. I have my wrap. Then I have pesto. This is what kind of makes the wrap really tasty. You can make your own homemade. This is basil pesto. You can make your own. Sometimes I do from my garden. This is just a store-bought pesto right now. Any store-bought pesto will do. And I just I open it, and I'm just gonna take. I'm just gonna put some on the wrap. Not a lot, because pesto has lots of flavor in it. There's lots of stuff going on in pesto. So just like a splop or a walnut, if anybody out there is British like me and has heard the term walnut, a walnut of pesto, just kind of splop it on there. And then your protein. So I'm actually not a big fan of chicken, but this is what I could find in the store the other day. Usually if I was going to do a meat, I'm not a big meat person either. I do eat meat, but not that often. I don't know, I just don't crave meat that often. But if I were going to do, this is, pre-cooked cut up chicken, I would honestly prefer cut up turkey, just because, I don't know, I just find chicken's tasteless a lot of the time. But in this, everything will be very flavorful, so it doesn't matter. But you could use cooked tofu, you could use chickpeas, any kind of legume if you wanted, or, I don't know, feta cheese, goat cheese instead, or nothing. You don't even have to put a protein in there, but that's kind of the point, is to give you energy and have protein. So I'm just going to use some pre-cut up chicken. I might even cut it up a little bit more just to, yeah. And some people don't like cold meat. You might want to heat it up before you put it on the wrap. But that's what I'm going to put on the wrap for my protein. Then I have, where did my onion go? Somewhere I have an onion. I like to use red onion. It's just, I find it makes me cry less when I cut into them. I don't know why. So I'm a red onion girl, but you could use any onion if you wanted. Just a bit of chopped up onion. I'm going to show you, but I'm just telling you. And I have some pepper. Red, orange, or yellow would work. I find green peppers, they really have their own kind of distinct flavor, and it could work in this wrap, but just be aware it has a kind of it has its own flavor, and it might change the flavor of the wrap. So I go with red, orange, or yellow pepper. I'm just going to cut up a few strips of this. And then if you happen to have mushrooms, you can go without the mushrooms, but I happen to have 3 cremini mushrooms left. I'm going to cut up. And so the mushroom and pepper and onion, I'm gonna put in a little frying pan with some oil. I have avocado oil here. You could use olive oil, coconut oil, butter, whatever you want. I'm just gonna cook them a little bit so they're nice and soft and warm and cooked. And then I'm gonna toss it all in the wrap and wrap it up. So let's get that happening. Let's make some magic. I'm going to throw in a note here that I know there's a big debate. Some people will comment that you shouldn't wash your mushrooms. I do. I just do. Because, I know there are mushroom brushes you can get, and you can like dry brush a mushroom and all that, but I don't dry brush my mush. I wash my mushrooms. So there. Okay, let's go on. I also meant to mention spinach. So again, you don't have to, but spinach, kale, any kind of lettuce you want. I like to use spinach because, get that Popeye iron. I don't know. Anyway, handful of spinach. This one says it's thoroughly washed. I'm going to choose to believe them. So that's what I put on next, just as the base layer, and literally just a handful, just a handful. And then I'm gonna put my chicken on top of the spinach. So while the veggies are cooking, I can do this part. Yes, there is some prep involved in this, but not a lot. Like while your veggies, this takes 2 seconds to throw these on the tortilla, and while those are cooking, you can be doing other things. You could be, I don't know, doing stuff, tidying, puttering, sending emails, whatever you want. It doesn't take long to cook those. You could cook them at like a medium-ish You could cook them at a medium-high heat or on low heat, depending how much time you have, but just watch them, obviously, here and there. But they kind of take care of themselves for a while over there. They're doing their thing. This takes 2 seconds to throw on here, so it's like minimal prep. Yeah, so anyway, just gonna cut the pieces just a little smaller. I have a smaller mouth. You know, I use a kid-sized toothbrush, truth be told, so I'm just gonna cut the pieces up so they suit my mouth. Okay. This is about all I'm gonna put in, because there are gonna be lots of different things going on. The mushrooms, I didn't chop the mushrooms up too small because they can kind of act like, they're gonna taste and feel almost like little chunks of meat as well. So it's all good, chunky goodness. So anyway, I'm just, as I cut them up, they're gonna disperse more in the wrap. So now I've cut it up into kind of cubish chunks, and literally just gonna throw them, well, not throw them, you could throw them, I don't recommend throwing them. Place them on the wrap over top of the spinach, and that just kind of keeps the spinach in place. You know what you're doing, you know what to do. So the point of this wrap is that you could really take anything from your fridge that you have as leftovers and throw them on a wrap, obviously. That's what's great about a wrap. Wrap it all up and eat it. I had leftover stir fry one day. It had, peppers, onions, mushrooms, tofu, rice, all that good stuff. And some flavors I put in, I think maple syrup and soy sauce were mixed in there already and stuff. So I just threw that on a wrap. I added the pesto though too, and it was amazing. So you could do rice, leftover stir fry, just whatever you find in your fridge you could throw in the wrap. But I find the pesto really adds a little something, depending on, your flavor profile, using fancy words. And the veggies are probably getting near done. I can hear and smell the situation, so I'm gonna go check on those. Okie dokie, Smokey. So my veggies are cooked. You can decide for yourself if you think they're overcooked or not cooked enough, but they're the way I like them cooked, and I am eating the wrap. So there you go. So, anywho, I just put them on there. That's what's done. I put them on there, and then I'm going to close it up. So closing up the wrap, any wrap, is always interesting. I am no expert, so I'm folding. This is what I'm doing. I'm folding from the bottom, and tucking one side over, other side over, making it like a cozy little sleeping bag of gloriousness. And I have a toothpick. I'm just being fancy for your sake, so you can see it's kind of, anyway. Okay. So far so good. It may or may not fall apart as you're eating it. Typically it might not. So it has that oil in there from cooking the veggies. So that also is nice in there, the oil mixed in. So you don't need to do any kind of drizzle because that's already in with the veggies. And yeah, that's my wrap. That's a wrap. So yeah, minimal prep, a little bit of prep, but minimal prep. Again, you could use like anything from your fridge really in a wrap, but this is with the pesto and these particular veggies and any kind of meat or protein in there with some spinach. And it fills me up for quite a while, which is good because again, sometimes I leave to go out teaching again and I don't have a chance to eat for quite a while after, so it keeps me going. So yes, I hope you enjoy. I hope you comment below if you try this and you like it, or if you threw anything else in your wrap that you thought was good that you want to share. This is a community of conversation and growth. So I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. And bon appetit!